Hello everyone, welcome to Yolanda Loves Comfort Food. Today I'm making shrimp enchiladas. Okay, so first I'm going to start off with the corn tortillas. I use corn tortillas in all of my enchilada recipes. What I'm doing now is just softening them up in my cast iron skillet. I am using olive oil. You can use any type of oil that you wish to use. I just like using olive oil in my recipes. You don't want to leave them in too long. I just leave them in just like a few seconds on each side. If you leave them on too long, they'll get hard and chewy. So I just want to get them soft. And I'm going to speed up this part. I think I used about 8 tortillas, I think. So I'm just going to speed this part up. And please be patient with me. This is my first video and I am trying to do the best that I can on the filming and the editing. Now I think I added just a little bit more of oil to the pan and I'm putting in my shrimp. Now those are a few pieces of imitation crab meat. This recipe was originally supposed to be seafood enchiladas. I use real crab meat and scallops in my seafood enchiladas, but I didn't have the scallops, and all I had was imitation crab meat, so I decided not to make the seafood enchiladas and just do the shrimp enchiladas. So. But that, I was using the Old Bay garlic and herb seasoning and a little bit of salt and, of course, some Creole seasoning. And I'm going to add garlic powder. I didn't mean to put that much garlic powder on it, but it's fine. And then I'm just stirring it around. And I'm going to remove the shrimp from the pan, and I only cook the shrimp for a few minutes, just until it starts turning pink, because you don't want to overcook the shrimp, and they're going to cook a little bit in the oven. So I'm going to remove those, and then I'm going to add yellow onions and some minced garlic to the pan. This is a really, really good recipe, especially if you go all out with the crab and the scallops. This is so good. If you're a seafood lover, you love this recipe. So yeah, I took the shrimp out and put the onions in, and I added a little bit more oil, and then I'm going to add about a tablespoon of minced garlic to that. And I cook my onions until they are translucent and fully cooked, because you don't want to bite down on a piece of hard onion when you're eating your enchiladas. So when that's done, I just take the onions and the garlic and add it to the same bowl as the shrimp, because I'm just gonna be when it and you let that cool, and when it cooled down, I just add my cheeses to that and stir it up, and that's what I stuff my enchiladas with. So now I'm adding flour to make the base. I know a lot of people probably don't cook their enchiladas like this. I don't know. I've looked at a lot of people cook their enchiladas on YouTube, and I haven't seen anyone do the base like this before. But this is pretty much how I make all of my sauces, pasta sauces, gravies, and everything. It's the flavor is just amazing. I just love making my sauces like this. This is how my mom always made her sauces. My grandmother made her own sauces. It's good. So now I had to make my own chicken stock because I thought I had canned chicken stock, but I didn't. But I just added a little bouillon powder to some water and added it to the pan with the flour, and gonna bring that up to a boil. Now I'm adding my heavy whipping cream. And I'm gonna, excuse me, I'm gonna add the recipe below. I don't never measure anything. I'm horrible at measurements. I just add stuff to my liking. And I'm gonna get those little pieces. I think that's some just like some burnt scrapings. So I'm gonna bring this up to a little boil as well. Um, and I was testing the thickness of it, and it wasn't quite thick enough for me. So what I ended up doing was taking me some heavy whipping cream and mixing about 2 tablespoons of flour with it, and adding it to the pan, just so it could thicken up a little bit more. Yep. And I Okay, so I'm removing it from the heat, and I'm gonna add my sour cream. And just make sure when you're adding your sour cream to make sure you whisk it, making sure that it's fully dissolved, so you won't get any clumps and it won't curdle. I think I'm just playing with the making sure that it's thick enough. So I cut the burner off, and I'm adding my sour cream and whisking it in, and then I'm gonna add some black pepper, a pinch of salt, and some badia seasoning to that. And of course, my add a can of a small green chilies. Whisk it in. Y'all, I apologize for this video. I know it's just horrible, but it's my first video, so of black pepper, a pinch of salt, and some badia. I love that badia seasoning mix. I use that stuff in everything. And I love black pepper as well. And I love, love, love garlic. So my sauce is ready. And I'm going to go ahead and start constructing the enchiladas. So what I like to do is just put some sauce in the pan, in the bottom of the pan, and then I start rolling my enchiladas out, and I place them seam side down in the pan. So I'm going to be adding the cheese to the shrimp mixture now that it's cooled off. I'll put my shredded cheese in there, and I use fresh grated cheese. I grate the cheese myself. You can just use the cheese out the package, but this is Monterey Jack and mozzarella cheese. The sauce is so good. It's so good. It's just full of flavor. It's not too salty. It's not under seasoned. It's just right. I can't wait to make the seafood enchiladas. They're really good. I just take the leftovers and just spread it out in the pan. Now I'm adding my sauce to the top. And you can add tomatoes or jalapenos or, add your just, put your own little flair on it. This is just the way I make mine. And I just make sure the sauce gets in between everything. And once I do that, I'm just going to add the top layer of cheese. And then it'll go in the oven. I love cheese. I'm adding mozzarella, and then I'm going to use the jack cheese on top. So I put this in a 350-degree oven for about 15-20 minutes, and then I take it out, and then I put it under the broiler for another 4 to 5 minutes. Just make sure you watch it when you put it on the broiler, because that thing gets it extra. And here we go. This is the end results, guys. Once you take them out the oven, let them sit for a little bit. Let them sit for at least about 10 minutes. And then you're ready to go.